Bungie has brought back the Messenger Adept. And in my first game using it, I got a "we ran out of medals." Yeah, it's back, and it's time to talk about the god roll of the new and improved King of Pulse Rifles. This weapon has always been one of my favorites for PvP ever since I first got it way back in D1. Do I got any D1 alpha veterans watching this video? Shout out to the OGs. Bungie has brought this weapon back to Destiny 2 on 3 separate occasions now. It first arrived with Season 13, Season of the Chosen, only to be later reprised in Season 16 with new perks, and then was removed in Season 17. And just now, again, in Season 21, it has returned. Boy, Bungie sure do love their recycled content. But the real key here and the burning question that we're trying to answer with this video is the new god roll of the Adept Messenger good now? And is it as good as it used to be? If you don't remember previously, this thing was an absolute beast in Crucible. Way back when, before Bungie nerfed Desperado, that perk made this weapon a force to be reckoned with. With one kill, you could reload this bad boy and it turned into an absolute machine gun. But as we all know, Desperado got nerfed bad. So it's been a long time since we've seen this bad boy put up numbers in Crucible. But now, it's back. And with all other reprised weapons, it gets the new origin traits, Alacrity being one of them and my personal favorite for Crucible. Alacrity is one of the sickest origin traits you can possibly have on a weapon for Crucible, especially in Rumble, or if you're ever just the last man standing. It reads gain increased reload, stability, aim assist, and range when you're the last living member of your fire team or running solo, which means it has 100% uptime in Rumble. And if you're not in Rumble, if you're in 6s, you can throw on the other origin trait, One Quiet Moment. This origin trait grants increased reload speed when out of combat, which synergizes perfectly with the playstyle of this long-range pulse rifle. I mean, you're not trying to ape someone with a messenger. No, you're trying to sit back and beam people from sniper distance, and One Quiet Moment will proc with that playstyle perfectly. Both origin traits are epic options. But now we've got to talk about the god roll, and in the right column, where we would ordinarily look for that Desperado perk, we do now have some spicy replacements like Headseeker. This perk has been buffed substantially and is so unbelievably good now. Body shots landed with this weapon increase precision damage and aim assist for a short time. Body shots landed while the perk is active refresh the time. This tremendously helps aid in the effort to try and 2-burst with this weapon and makes the overall ease of use of this thing phenomenal. Simply put, Headseeker is an S tier perk after Bungie has now buffed it, and it is certainly a part of the god roll for the Season 21 Adept Messenger. However, if you don't get that perk, don't fret too much because Kill Clip is not too bad, even though it has recently been nerfed in its damage multiplier. After hitting that reload, you can definitely hit some easy 2-bursts. Desperado, even though it has been nerfed, it can still be a lot of fun because it does increase that fire rate by 0.7 times. And lastly, there is a newer perk called Keep Away, which will increase reload, range, and accuracy when no combatants are in close proximity, which is actually a really strong perk and especially nice when you're using it on a long-range weapon like a 340 RPM pulse rifle. You'll find yourself to be out of combat regularly, and when you do, this synergizes perfectly with the origin trait One Quiet Moment. Now for the left column perks. We have Perpetual Motion, Rapid Hit, and Moving Target. These are all excellent options. My personal favorite is going to be Rapid Hit for this god roll guide. However, I wouldn't fret too much if I got Perpetual Motion because that perk is still really strong. And lastly, if you are on controller, Moving Target is going to feel really nice on this thing, especially when you pair that with Headseeker. Due to the increase in aim assist values from body shots, you aren't going to be missing with this thing. For the magazine, we're definitely going for ricochet rounds for the +10 stability. That way we get as much stability as possible, and a +5 to range isn't too bad. And for the barrel, there is only one option that we want, and that is Arrowhead Break, giving us a +30 recoil direction and +10 to handling. That's the one. For the weapon masterwork, we're going to go with the stability masterwork. And if you're on mouse and keyboard, choose Adept Counterbalance as your mod. And if you're on controller, choose Adept Targeting as your mod. This will turn this weapon into an absolute laser beam if you're on mouse and keyboard. If you're on controller, it's going to be hard to miss with all that aim assist. And then enjoy shredding enemies in the Crucible endlessly and prepare to get some hate mail because this thing is disgustingly good. I was so surprised when I jumped into that first Crucible match. I was obliterating all the opponents. And the roll that I got was average. So you know if I'm out here smoking everyone with this extremely mid roll, and you'll be doing crazy things if you get blessed with the god roll. The roll I got for this gameplay is Headseeker and Offhand Strike, Light Mag, Polygon Rifling, and a reload speed masterwork. But even still, this thing melted everyone, and now I'm left with only one option, but to grind trials all weekend and try and get that god roll. Send help. The question still stands though, is it as strong as the previous iteration of the Messenger? The Desperado days were too strong, but this thing is very strong in its own right, and in this sandbox, it will definitely be a top tier weapon. The only weapon that I feel will outshine this is the No Time to Explain. That thing is still meta. The nice part about the messenger is that it opens up your exotic slot for an energy exotic. So will I be releasing the wolves once more? No, that thing got nerfed into oblivion. Why do you hate fun, Bungie? Instead, you might want to use the Jotun, Duality, or maybe even the Fighting Lion if you want to be a real menace to society. Choice is yours. But one thing for certain is that the messenger is meta. Let me know your thoughts about the reprised Adept messenger in the comments below. I'll see you over there in the next video. Once you click once you click the screen, you shouldn't be hearing this right now because you already clicked the screen and you're watching the other video. So I'll see you over there. So like when you click the screen right now, like click it.